What's up, folks? Chris Chef Sports Cards here. We are doing 2023 Panini Select Baseball. Third hobby case break number 2. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Especially if you're new to the channel, welcome. A bit about us. We've been around for over 6 years now. We break mostly baseball. We ship all cards from every break. We're very generous with the top loading. We ship as quickly as the little hands will move. Excuse me. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We do free breaks. When we do them, we use our subscriber list from YouTube for the random. So you want a chance to get into a future free break, all you have to do is hit the old subscribe button there. Your name will go on the random, and who knows? Maybe you'll grab a spot in an upcoming break. Also, eBay still has their sweepstakes going on. If you're not aware of it, there's no purchase necessary. If you go to any one of our listings, in the description, there is a link. Tells you what to do, how to do it, and you can win free cards. So go and check that out. And then finally, chefsportscards.com. Our website, we got a bunch of breaks up over there. We got a really super cheap select break up over there right now. I think it's $18 a spot, random team. And some other ones sold out tonight. We're going to do tomorrow. We also have Bowman Chrome over there, update series. So go and check out chefsportscards.com. All right, teams. D-backs, Jerry D. Braves, Dirk B. Orioles, Jerry D. Red Sox, Roy G. Cubs, Zane Z. White Sox, Roy G. Reds, Chris C. Guardians, Roy G. Rockies and Tigers, Thomas B. Royals, Robert K. Astros, Roy G. Angels, Rob D. Dodgers, Brandon C. Brewers, Troy D. Twins, Ryan B. Marlins, Mark D. Mets, Roy G. Yankees, Mark D. A's, Chandler K. Phillies, Michael S. Pirates, Roy G. Cardinals, Michael E. Padres, Troy D. Giants, Roy G. Mariners, Alan T. Rays, Chandler K. Rangers, Troy D. Blue Jays, Rory H. And finally, Nationals, Roy G. No, Roy, we're all sold out, buddy. All right, let's open some cards. Good luck, everybody. This is the second third of the case we started last night. We'll have some more select next week, too. It might be posted already. eBay. All right. All right, here we go. Good luck, everybody. Yeah, Eagles game was terrible. You can't turn the ball over that many times and beat anyone. Well, high school team will beat you. You turn it over that many times. You had that nice Mick Abel last night. Paul Wayner, numbered 60 of 149. For Pittsburgh. Got Pittsburgh. Roy, there you go, buddy. All right. Martinez, Crawford, Yuri Perez, silver rookie from Miami. Bancroft and Harmon Killebrew, unequal. David Cone. White Roberto Alomar for Toronto, 34 of 149. Nolan Ryan and Peyton Graham. Toronto is Rory. Richie Ashburn, Roberto Alomar, Nap LaJoie, silver. For St. Louis, Mason Wynn. Relic auto to 99. Silver to 99. 86 of 99. For the Cardinals. Who's got the Cardinals? Let's see. Michael E. Michael E. There you go, buddy. Let's see if my top loaders want to open for me. What in the world? There we go. Timar Johnson. Griffey Tidwell. JT Ginn Scope for Oakland. Bill Terry and Nolan Ryan. Samuel Zavala. Kiner. Harry Walker Silver. For San Francisco to 99. Kyle Harrison. Rookie auto. This one there. Focus a little bit. For Roy. Here you go, buddy. Paul Molitor. Tony La Russa, Owen White, Jim Edman, Premier Level Silver, and to 10, 6 of 10, Diego Cartaya rookie for the Dodgers. Nice jumbo patch. It's the second jumbo patch to 10 we've had out of this case. Brandon C. There you go, buddy. That Evan Carter yesterday. There we go. Diego Cartaya. Omar Vizquel. Dale Murphy. Carson Wisenhunt. There's a Yuri Perez. Red, white, and blue. Ripken and Baines. Goose Gossage. Jackson Merrill. Justin Crawford Scope for the Phillies. For Michael. And for the Pirates, Timar Johnson, not numbered, relic. Pirates is Roy. Go, buddy. Junior Caminero with the print line in it, unfortunately. Bobby Miller, Jim Rice, Ricky Tiedemann, lime green, 68 of 75 for Toronto. For Rory. Ryan Sandberg, unequaled, dummy card. And Walter Ford, Seattle. Drew Jones, Mick Abel. Well, yeah, they don't have a contract to do current stars. Jacob Melton. It's all prospects or guys who are just rookies. I mean, there are some rookies in here, but I don't know how they got around that, to be honest with you. But and Hall of Famers, because they don't have a contract with the Players Association. They lost it earlier this year, so they can't do any current stars. I think the guys who were rookies this year kind of got grandfathered in, so I don't know how it's going to be next year. Nolan Ryan, Diego Cartaya in Fuego, and Harriman. Although in in defense of them, it's made some of their products better. Like Donruss was a much better product because it was basically all prospect this year. So I'm not the biggest Donruss fan in the world. And honestly, 80% of the cards we break are tops. I mean, I offer Panini because they're there, but a lot of people don't like Panini products because they're unlicensed. So I don't do a lot of them, but Donruss I can't stand, but this year was actually much better than usual because of the situation with their player license. So Babe Ruth, Williams, Emerson Hancock scope for Seattle, Edward Julian in Fuego, Kyle Harrison. Excuse me. I can't clear my throat. Oh, so I want to bring something up I talked about in the last break, too. We've had a lot of new people lately in the last month or so, which is fantastic. I appreciate everyone coming and hanging out with us. For those of you who are newer and don't know, we refund all overpayments on shipping. Cooper Herpy and Evan Carter Jumbo Relic. I know there are other breakers out there who don't, and I realize that's really crappy of them that they do that. The reason I bring it up is because, like, the past few weeks, I've been getting a lot of emails from people. Oh, I was in a break last night. Can I get this? Can I get that? The reason I only combine shipping on one night is just because I usually end up dealing with like 400 to 500 auctions in a weekend, like over from Thursday to Sunday. So I just can't remember everybody or the names, making sure they're straight and stuff. So what I do is, like, if you pay like one night and then pay another night, I refund the difference when I do the shipping. David Ortiz, red, white, and blue. Just because otherwise it gets mad confusing trying to, send this person for this and this person for that, whatever. And again, FYI, just for people who are newer, and if you're going to continue, usually a normal week for us, we break Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday on eBay. We usually ship Thursday, Friday on Saturday, Owen White, silver, and then Saturday, Sunday on Monday, Tuesday. Timur Johnson for Pittsburgh. That one's not numbered. Just, again, this is just information. And I realize that a lot of breakers don't, and it's really, I I don't understand how they don't refund people overpayments of shipping. It doesn't make sense to me, but just understand that if you do, I will do everything to get your payment back to you. And if I miss it, because I am human, I'm not saying I don't make a mistake every once in a while. All you got to do is email me, and I'll get you straightened out if I didn't. Yeah, I just don't know why or how they kind of fell under the purview of the contract for this year. You know what I mean? Like how they kind of got around them, but who knows? Michael Bush for the Dodgers to 149. Um, but I just say this to make everyone's life a little easier. You know, I know a lot of guys out there, they kind of, oh, if you don't wait for a combined shipping invoice, you won't get your thing back. Believe me, I would hope you would wait for one. But if you don't, it's, not the end of the world. We'll figure it out. you know? Reggie Crawford, Connor Norby, silver. Zach Veen, rookie revolution, and Andy Pages. I just worry about it because, like, sometimes when I'm in the middle of putting everything together, people email me, and I try to get back to everyone as quickly as I can, but when I'm in the middle of doing all that, it's hard for me to respond. Tyler Locklear for Seattle to 75. De La Cruz. So just know in the future, if you're in that situation, we will refund the difference as soon as we can. 71 of 75. Seattle is Allen. All right, come on, get us a banger. Soderstrom, Bush, Jared Schuster, red, white, and blue. For Detroit, Jace Jung, jumbo relic. Yeah, it's possible. I don't, it's, who knows? Honestly, that's what I was saying before. I think some of them are just kind of grandfathered into this year, but I don't know how it's going to affect next year, to be honest with you. I mean, ultimately, Panini's has so many issues because Fanatics is just screwing them. I mean, I'm not a fan of either one of them, one way or the other, but Fanatics is just using their power to really put it to Panini. And I'm not necessarily a huge fan of their products, but I think it's kind of unfair what they're doing to them. They're losing all these contracts basically because Fanatics is, strong arming people into getting rid of them. WWE and baseball and football and all of them. Andy Rodriguez, white, 47 of 149. But I assume that if they continue on, Panini, next year, basically most of their baseball is going to be prospect stuff, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, a lot of people I like prospect stuff, Pete Rose and dummy card, Luis Angel Acuna. Yeah, I don't know what the Witt thing is. There is something with him. He's not in the players union or something. He actually don't they have a contract with him, with Bobby Witt? There's something there. Yeah, I don't know. It's all nonsense. Brandon Barrios scope for Toronto. Like, I mean, Fanatics is just taking their money, and, Panini filed that monopoly suit against them, which I think they should have, And now, Fanatics is the big bad $50 billion monster who's going to come and push you around as much as they can. And the question is whether or not Panini can survive it, Kumar Rocker, silver, and Fuego de la Cruz, and early win. Which I don't know if they can, but they'll try, I suppose. Oh, Fanatics has always had problems with defective. They're a terrible company. I don't understand how they got such a corner on the market. But I mean, and their big thing now is gambling. That's what they care about more than anything. The gambling site they have that they finally got. Taj Bradley, silver for Detroit. Oops, stay in my hand. Jackson Jobe, silver numbered 14 of 99. I mean, they want to corner the market on everything sports, and they have the funding and the backing to do it. And I mean, I have never seen their shipping is terrible at that company. Their products, for the most part, are terrible. Their clothing and stuff. Detroit is Thomas. There you go, buddy. Like, but you know how it is. Once someone gets control, it's if you got enough money, it's easy to hold on to things. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's. I mean, the ultimate thing is supposedly, and see, this is kind of the funny part. Like, okay, the whole Topps thing went down. Fanatics went and got the licenses. They offered basically 10 times what Topps could. And they even said, the MLB said they went back to Topps and said, like, we'd prefer you had the contract, but you have to be able to pay, $5 billion instead of the $200 million you usually pay. And Topps, of course, was like, well, we don't have that kind of money. Like, they just kind of bought their way into the dance, which, that's the way of the world. I get it. But, and then they were forced to sell to them, Goose Gossage to 149. But then there was the whole Panini, they wanted to buy Panini. And I don't think that ever went nearly as far as some people think it did, but it didn't happen. Obviously, there was some bad blood, and now they're going after each other over it. And it's, Fanatics is the 800-pound monster coming for you, when they have that kind of money. I mean, their last valuation was like $47 billion or something like that. Like, how do you fight that, And like I said, I'm no huge fan of Panini either. They're terrible. Soderstrom Silver, like from many different sides, they're not a great company. Diego Cartaya. If you go on the Better Business Bureau of Texas website, they have an F standing. They're like one of the worst ranked companies in the state of Texas. But yeah, it's not nice seeing the little guy get pushed around like that, So I don't know. I'll be interested to see where the card market is in a few years with what's being produced by who and so on and so forth. Hey, John, what's up? I also have a huge problem with Fanatics Live. The fact that they are producing cards that they're selling to people that they're collecting more fees off of on their own site. Like there's something so just morally wrong about that. I mean, I get that it's smart as a business person, but if you're, Filth Bomb who breaks on there, right? And I'm sure they're getting good deals. Don't get me wrong. But let's say Filth Bomb buys that case for $2,000 and then they're collecting another 8% on that, on the sales of those spots. Like, I don't know, something just wrong about that. But I guess that's why they're much smarter businessmen than I am. Jim Palmer for Baltimore. Scope. I would like it if somebody would survive to give them some competition at least. It would be better if they was a better company to do it. Look at that thing. Mike Piazza on the Atomic. Very nice. One of those. He's got the Mets. Roy. It's a cool card. Little Piazza. 21 of 23. Very cool. Congrats. So we'll see. Like I said, I mean, I understand what Topps did and why they had to, sell the baseball division and all that stuff too. They didn't have a chance. They wouldn't have survived otherwise. But they have not done a bang up job with it so far. That's for sure. The quality control's been terrible. There's been problems with everything they've put out since Fanatics has come into power. Frank Thomas, a green number 2 of 5 for the White Sox. From my man Roy. White Sox, man, nobody wants them, and they always hit something. It's crazy. Consistently for the last few years, the White Sox has been like the worst selling team them and the Rockies in breaks, but I'll take it to a 5 Frank Thomas any day of the week. Very cool card. Congrats, my man. Perez and Wells. Because the guy who's one of the main guys at Fanatics is the guy here who owned the part of the Sixers and what's his name? It's funny, my son knows his daughter, Yuri Perez. Because I was like, well, why don't you go talk to? Look at this, another Jackson Jobe. This time, wow, is there something? It came off. Gold 9 of 10 Jackson Jobe patch auto this time. You go along with the base one we just got, or the 99 one we just got. Little collation issues this evening with Select. But good for Thomas. Gold Jackson Jobe. There you go. Omar Vizquel. So I know the guy, whatever his name is, he had to sell off his share in the Sixers and stuff so that he could have the gambling site. Dave Bancroft for Philadelphia. Well, we'll have to look that up. That might be the A's. Premier level, red, white, and blue. Andrew Jones for Atlanta. One's not numbered. Oh, you got it, Tom. And didn't buy a thing. That's some self-control, my man. Good for you. Did you just not like anything you saw, or just everything was overpriced, or you just went and left your wallet in the car? Because I've done that before. Like, I cannot afford to buy anything. I'm leaving my credit cards in the truck. Usina for Chicago, Willie Cam, numbered 15 of 75. I got to be honest, I can't tell you much I've bought at card shows in recent years either. I know one Trout All-Star card that was graded that I bought that I got on a really good deal. I've actually had it up here sometimes. Usually they're just too expensive. Duke Snyder, especially when you work in the business, like and buy wholesale and stuff, and then you see some of the stuff, you're like, I'm not paying that. I'll come look around, but unless you got something really good for me. Owen White, silver. Johnson. Yeah, basketball and football. I realize more and more I'm so happy I don't. Reggie Crawford for San Francisco, red, white, and blue. Yuri Perez and Fuego and Seaver. I realize more. I mean, not that we haven't done some football and basketball, but we don't. I mean, we do. For those that aren't regulars, we do like 98%, 99% baseball. Because that's what I prefer. But after this whole eBay thing and Griff McGarry for the Philts, Whitey Fort, we started, I think I told you guys this before, when this whole thing with eBay started with the being approved and all that stuff, they made a mistake of sending an email out to all of us. And somebody started a Discord page so that we're all in contact with each other. Like everybody who is approved to break on eBay. So it's been going pretty strong for the past few months now. And mostly people complaining about eBay, of course. But I realize more and more, like, the guys who do football and basketball deal with 20 times the headaches that guys like me who do baseball do. And I think it's because the crowds tend to be younger for those breaks. But like I've heard horror stories from some of these guys over people they've dealt with in football and basketball breaks. I'm like, God, thank God I don't do that. Like, I mean, we have our own problems too from time to time. You know, people we have to deal with. But I mean, wow, it sounds like a nightmare. And the crazy part of it to me, and somebody out there is probably going to disagree with me, I'm sure. Okay, in basketball and football, there are obviously some huge cards to hit. You know, like maybe, and I use football especially because I'm kind of shocked by football the more I look at it. Fred Lynn, red, white, and blue. I'm a football fan. I love football as much as anyone. I just don't collect much football, and we don't break much of it. But unless you're doing like a modern quarterback, like vintage football for the most part isn't worth anything. And it's shocking to me. Like I've been kind of looking at that lately. Like Al Lopez for Brooklyn. I don't know. I mean, there are some guys, don't get me wrong, but still, like you go back and look at some of the best players ever in football, the Jerry Rices of the world, or, you know, Joe Montana's, Dan Marino, this, that, whatever. Their stuff is not that valuable for in comparison to like vintage baseball, you know? Ben Sheets and, for Tampa Bay, Junior Caminero. Huge prospect right now. 109 of 199. Go Vols, baby. That's right, Derek. You'd really laugh if you saw me have a Tennessee shirt on and a Tennessee hat, too. My son goes to school there. That's why I've become a very big Vols fan all of a sudden. So I'm like constantly kind of throwing back. And again, don't get me wrong. I realize that you can pull. Who's the big quarterback this year? A kid from Carolina, I guess, or the kid in Houston, C.J. Stroud. I guess his stuff's probably going for a lot, or Brock Purdy. And that's awesome if you pull one of those $100,000 cards of these guys or whatever. But I just think baseball has more value across the board. Maybe not as huge individually cards, but Archie of Vaughn, 115 of 149. I don't know. It seems like a very big kind of all or nothing situation in football and basketball. Jackson Churio, dummy card. Yeah, I do listen to WIP from time to time. I don't listen to a ton of sports radio, not because I don't like it. It's just the same crap over and over again. So, but yes, I was born and raised in this area. I lived away from here for many years, but yeah, I live right out. I live like 2 miles outside of Philadelphia. Mike Piazza, 40 of 149. If you're familiar with the area, I live in Ardmore. My son went to Haverford High School. I went to Cardinal O'Hara High School. That's where I graduated from. Manzardo and David Wells. Oh, yeah, they are funny. It's just, the one problem I have with sports talk radio, especially local, is these guys have to take certain positions because they need to keep the talk going all day. And you can tell that they don't believe what they're talking about. Zach Geloff Silver, it drives me nuts. Like they'll bring up some ridiculous thing like, oh, no, I don't think so. But it's just because they have to take the opposite side to keep it going. Mariano Rivera, Sparks Relic. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. We have quite a few people who break with us who live in the area here, who live around Philadelphia. There's probably like 20, 25 guys who are all within like, I'd say 25 miles of here who break with us regularly. Mark for the Yankees. There you go, buddy. Javi Lopez. I used to actually have a guy a couple of years back who was on the other side of my town. I used to drop his cards off at his house for him. Duke Snyder silver. Martinez and Fuego and Gavin Cross, like literally, like lived maybe a quarter of a mile from me. And he for a while, for a few years, he bought into a lot of breaks. He was like, "Would you consider dropping my cards off so I don't pay shipping?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I don't care." Like, why not? Is that another green? Green Cecil Fielder, numbered 3 of 5 for Detroit. Detroit's hitting today. It's our second green to 5 for Thomas. Yeah, well, we had an office that we had to move out of because of our neighbor had issues, and I just haven't found a new one yet. So I'm actually been in the process of looking for the last few months of finding another. I'm on the fence about opening a store or not. I don't think I'm going to. I've talked about it for a while, but I don't. I own another business, so I'm kind of tied up with that one too. Jordan Walker Silver, so I don't think I'd open another store, but I do need a new office. Youth Explosion Colton Cowser for the Orioles for Jerry. So I actually told the story. We moved into a new office last year, and we were breaking. The office was great. It was perfect for what we needed. And we started breaking there, and everything was going fine. And then all of a sudden, I had people contact me, tell me that the cards smelled like smoke. I was like, "What are you talking about? Like, I've been shipping for years and never had this problem." And it's such a crazy story. And then I started, the guys who were working for me, I was like, "Somebody smoking around the cards?" I said, "No, no, 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 no." Gordon Graceffo for St. Louis on the scope. I find out, like, we had this storage closet where we were keeping all the shipping supplies in. I had this neighbor in the building who was a lawyer, who's like 70 something years old, who smoked like 4 packs a day. And he was a partial owner of the building. So, like, they couldn't make him stop. And it was getting like into the shipping supplies. So people would get a package, and like the manila envelopes or the boxes or whatever would smell like smoke. And I asked the other landlords, could I do something? And could I get, and then that was the only one they had. And they were like, "No, you'll have to leave if you don't like it." I was like, "All right, well, you got to leave." Fredland Silver is the craziest thing. So we were there for like 6 weeks until that all happened. It's so weird too, because for a couple of weeks I had a few people email me, and I'm like, "What are these people talking about? Like, why is it?" It's always something. Fredlin at Silver, and for Cleveland, Brian Orochio, rookie signature swatches, numbered 17 of 99. For Roy, there you go, buddy. So, needless to say, I haven't found us a new place yet. Because of my other business too, it makes it hard to. That one takes up a lot of my time too. And our last car, Al Birdwell. All righty, folks. I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. As always, I couldn't do this without y'all, and I do truly appreciate it. We got one more break tonight coming up, and tomorrow we have their. My mouth can work. Our website breaks update. One of our update breaks is sold out. We're going to do it tomorrow night. We're going to try to fill a few more for tomorrow night too. So if you want to go check out the website and grab a spot and something, we'll be here tomorrow for that. Otherwise, we'll be back on Thursday as usual. So please have a safe and healthy week out there. Let's see if I can put this in some semblance of order. Mm-mm. Okay. All right, hit recap for 2023 Select Baseball third case break number 2. Some parallel, some numbered stuff. Whites to 149, Alomar, Wainer, Bush, Rodriguez, Piazza, and Archie Vaughn. Well, that was supposed to go over there. Goose Gossage, those are all to 149. We did have De La Cruz and Fuego. Scope parallels, Hancock, Ginn, Barrera, Palmer, Graceffo, and Crawford. Lime greens of Tiedemann and Cam. We had another lime green of Locklear. Those are all to 75. We had 2 greens to 5. Frank Thomas and Cecil Fielder for Detroit. Relics and autos. All right. Relics, Teamer Johnson, Evan Carter, Jace Jung, Diego Cartaya. These are all base. Andrew Jones, Mariano Rivera, Junior Caminero to 199. And we had the Diego Cartaya gold to 10. Relic autos to 99, Mason Wynn. Teamer Johnson base. To 99, Jackson Jobe. To 10, the gold Jackson Jobe. To 99, Brian Rocchio. And then regular autographs, Kyle Harrison to 99. Colton Cowser Youth Explosion, not numbered. And the Mike Piazza Atomic to 23. All right, hey man, I'm with you. I'm Ranger sweep all the way. Anything to get the Astros out, be just fine with me. All right, guys. Again, thanks so much for joining me. We'll be back in about 10 minutes with our update break. Everyone have a great night. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.